Hello and welcome to another edition of Gombe's Transformative Journey. Today we have a packed episode for you. We're going to first start off by reviewing some of the major activities and events during the week, which includes the release of 3.2 billion naira as pension and gratitude payment to local government workers in Gombe. This is part of a mega package by Gombe State Government to address some of the hardship that is currently that Nigerians are experiencing across the country due to high cost of living and the soaring inflation, and some other packages that Gombe State Government has released and helping the people of Gombe to weather the stormy economic season. We're also going to be speaking with one of the key drivers of the agenda of the Nwayaya administration in Gombe. That is the Honorable Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, who will be sharing with us the monumental transformation that has been going on in this critical sector.
During the week, Gombe State Governor Inuwa Yahaya approved the disbursement of 3.2 billion naira for the payment of outstanding gratuity of retired civil servants. The payment is part of a palliative package announced by the state government to cushion the effects of the harsh economic situation in the country. The removal of fuel subsidies, the sharp decline in the value of the naira, and the extremely high inflation rate are triple body blows.
We all know it's not only this state that is facing the issue of malnutrition, it's all over the country, and particularly the northern states. So His Excellency, looking at the situation on ground, that if our children are not fed well, our children are not taken care of well in terms of health, the future of the state is not secured. Why? Because in Hausa they said yara manyan gobe. So we don't have the children, if we can't grow healthy children, there is an issue. So His Excellency, the Executive Governor, seeing that, we all know who His Excellency Alhaji Muhammadu is. He looks into the future and try as much as to provide solution before it is too late. So that's the reason why this malnutrition policy was approved today.
Governor Yahaya defended the policies of President Bola Tinubu's administration with the assurance that better days are ahead.
Nigeria is virtually starting from minus, not even a zero ground this time around. And the mistakes made over the last maybe 50, 45 years is what we are paying for now. We overlooked some of the decisions that we had, no matter how tough we should have taken, that we do not take. And now we've reached the peak of that neglect and carelessness, and we're paying for the price. Things may get tougher. Let me inform you, and I believe all of you know that the tough times are even ahead. But with prayers and determination, we'll be able to overcome. So I want to urge all of us to stand firm and fight harder, because the times are not easy, and it takes a longer time to repair the mistakes than the time it took for it to be damaged. So we need to brace up, we need to tighten up, and we need to add more energy in order to fight and see that we are through and we take this nation back to its feet.
The Gombe Executive Council also celebrated a series of awards and commendations received by the state in the last couple of weeks. These include Governor of the Year from 3 prestigious organizations.
The plaque and the certificate of the award. The next one is
I extend hearty congratulations to you on Gombe State's outstanding performance, scoring the top position in the 2023 assessment. The achievement reflects your dedication to progressive socio-economic development and effective management of citizens' expectations. Your Excellency, let me add that the Calabash decorators of Ede in Osun State, no support that dual nationality, said that even if they stop decorating calabashes, the one they have done are there for people to understand. I hope those of you that are not too old like myself will understand. Even if they stop decorating calabashes, the one they have done is there for people to see. The implication is, even if our governor stop working now, the work we have done is there for people to see. We thank you and we pray and ask for people's support to see that we get more and more awards. I've always stood by my statement, dip your bucket where you are. Don't wait until you are governor before you perform. Don't wait till you are a commissioner. Don't wait to be a deputy. Do what you can do. Journalists, you are challenged to help Gombe to succeed. Thank you, Your Excellency.
The result of all our efforts combined together is what made us to receive all these awards. The recognition is coming from all over, and I want to celebrate it by thanking you and sharing with you, and equally encouraging you to do more, because as you do more, you get more recognized, and it is then that you deliver on the needs and the mandate that the people have given to you.
The Gombe state government has saved over 1 billion naira from its payroll since the introduction of biometric sign-in for civil servants. The state governor explained the benefits of the technology during the induction of 305 biometric supervisors. The reforms being implemented in the state civil service are geared at making the system more efficient and result-driven. Government officials are clear that the purpose of the biometric program is not to victimize or disengage workers, but to improve the system.
I urge you to take this very seriously and develop interest in the job so that you can help the state attain its aims and objectives in the investment on the biometrics data. This is a project, and for those that read project management, any project that will not be monitored is a failed project. Accordingly, you should remember that Baba Maya and Baba Ishi, meaning your performance will be monitored constantly to make sure that you are doing what is there.
It's not about government trying to reduce, funds by, taking people out of the payroll. No. We are trying to ensure that whatever monies that comes to government is utilized judiciously and applied for the reasons they are meant for. So, by and large, this government has employed more people because we have resources that have been saved from this sort of exercise. You recall 1,000 teachers were employed, 440 health workers were employed. Today we are talking about over 300 of you also coming into the service. So these are the gains of the reforms.
The Chancellor of Gombe State University during the week attributed the marked improvement in the rating of the institution to the unparalleled support of the Inuwa administration. He commended the appointment of 3 new professors and the training sponsorship of academic and non-academic members of staff, while reeling out other recent achievements.
Relative to the autonomy the university enjoys, during the 51st meeting of the Governing Council held on Wednesday, 14th February 2024, the Council approved the promotions of 22 academic staff to various positions. Out of these, 4 were promoted to the rank of professors, and 18 others were promoted to the rank of readers with effect from 1st October 2022. Also, Council approved the promotions of 85 other academic staff to various ranks in the university system with effect from 1st October 2023. The Council also recommended the promotions of 41 other senior academic staff to various ranks subject to positive external assessments. The Council also approved the promotion of 57 non-teaching staff to various positions in their respective cadre. The Governor also has approved the establishment of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences at Duku campus. This facility was earlier designed as a school of nursing and has now been completed and ready for use by Gombe State University.
Those are some of the major events during the week.
Honorable Commissioner, thank you for joining us for this interview.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I know it's been a busy season for you. I was talking to you the other day and you said you were in Abuja with the governor of Gombe State at the ADB, African Development Bank, to secure some, I'm not really sure the details, but I learned that it's about some concessions for Gombe State. Can you just share some of it with us?
Yeah, on Friday last week, we escorted the Executive Governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Inuwa Gombe, to the African Development Bank. We're trying to explore the possibility of having partnership with them. You're already aware that the state governor has established an industrial park, and the African Development Bank have been establishing export processing zones in states. So he's looking for ways whereby the bank can help the state in fully developing that industrial park, because they are all trying to achieve almost the same thing. So what happened on that day is the governor tried to inform on and let them know how far he has gone, how much he has spent, which he has spent more than 18 billion naira in the park already. Most of the structures have been put in place, the roads, network,
the
water, and possibility of electricity coming from the Datinkowa hydropower electricity, which was the 40 megawatt that we have there. So some part of it will be channeled to the industrial park. So all the things that an investor will need will be there, because the conducive environment, there will be water, and there will be electricity. These are the main issues that are hindering investors right nowadays. Most of our manufacturers have problem with. So if all those things are provided in one place, I'm very sure Gombe State will excel in the future. It will be the choice of most of the manufacturers and investors in the coming years to come. So what happened is that when we went there, the governor had a one-on-one meeting with the company's executive director of the African Development Bank. And after that, there was a kind of wider meeting whereby the governor really explained to them why we're there. And it is not far away from what I'm telling you. It's about the industrial park. And even though you know that the African Development Bank presently have a program in Gombe State, which is the IPLIS project. So there were issues that we're having in the bank in terms of some of our approvals. So our visit to the African Development Bank has helped in bridging the gap, and the two teams sat down together, had that kind of discussion, and now the bank has agreed that most of the bottlenecks that were there were discussed and have been addressed. So what the state is waiting for right now is the release of the no objection from the banks for those works to continue. And those works are ranged from education, water supply, provision of infrastructure in the state that the bank are executing in the state.
Okay, so let's come back to the Ministry of Environment now. One of the things that everybody wants to know, especially when you visit other states, is how come Gombe is so clean? What's the system behind it? What's the strategy? What's the thought?
The strategy is we have this agency which is under the ministry. We call it GOSAPE. So what they do is we have they engage the Gombe population, as in the citizens. They employ them, and they are allocated to road by roads. So even right now, all the new roads that are being constructed, new employment is being done. So you can see through that process, employment is being given to citizens of Gombe State. So all the people you are seeing there, they are sweeping are on the payroll of the state, and they are being paid monthly. There's an allowance that has been allocated to them. As I'm telling you, I know in some part of the country, sweeping will not be very attractive. But even me, when I came to office, I was very surprised because the commitment from these employees, we almost have about 99 to 98% attendance monthly.
And compliance, yes.
And so it shows you how far it has gone. And it's all down to the commitment of our governor, because that is why you can see the state is very clean. I was just in some neighboring states, I don't want to call names, and when I was passing through some streets, and I said, are these governors sleeping or what? Can't they see what's happening on Gombe? And let them kind of borrow and implement the same. But instead have its own problem. I don't know what their priorities are, but if you go to neighboring states, you can see they're very dirty. But when it comes to Gombe, the states are clean, extremely clean, which is good for the environment, because by so doing, the gutters will be clean. That means there will be less mosquitoes and other insects that bring infectious disease. That means the state's wage bill, or will I say the state's expenses when it comes to medical expenses, it will be a little bit lower because they will not be spending so much in treating the citizens when it comes to infection and all those things.
But still on this cleanliness, I've been seeing some new structures springing up like this. Is it red bricks or stuff with barriers by the side? What's the thought behind that?
So you see, I spoke to you about the Gosepa, but what happened was that all this is all about sanitation. And we came to realize that there are some neighborhoods, they don't have where they can dump their waste. But we didn't even just stop there at just building the waste. Some of them have toilets by the sides, so that we can meet the criteria of World Bank and some of the donor agencies that we have. So it's not all the way at the side that where you see waste disposal that they have toilet. But almost half of what we're building have toilets. And it's all to ensure the cleanness of the state capital, because the citizens will have a place whereby they can dump their refuse, because what is being practiced right now is the dumping on the main road. And after when those women have worked up early hours of the morning and clean it, and still some people come and dump it, it's like going back to zero. But with now, I can assure you in the next couple of weeks, months, when you come, you see that everywhere is clean. And by so doing, the whole city will be clean, and it's like we're improving on our personal hygiene. Because when the refuse are, will I say, dumped in the proper places where it's confined, and the state sanitation agency can come and pack those things in a neat and orderly manner without, will I say, littering the whole place. I think it goes a long way.
Absolutely. But when it comes to this environmental sanitation and the actions of this agency, are there plans also extended to some of the other larger towns within Gombe State?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because even presently in our Show Wash project, one of the requirements is for us to create the local government component of it, the wash aspects. And we have gone a long way. We have already created it. Plus, staff have been deployed to it. So there were units before the local government units. They have now been upgraded to full-blown departments. Which they will function. So what is happening in the state will be replicated in all those 11 local governments. We want to start with the headquarters first. Then after a while, it will be extended to the various little towns that we have in those local governments. So we're not just stopping in Gombe. We're ensuring that the whole state is clean.
Okay. Now let's talk about water resources. I know you just had a meeting with some of your officials from the water board. Then let's look at Gombe has history of water scarcity because of the topography. I mean, the capital city
the
now
capital city,
has issues with topography, knowing that it's difficult to get a borehole or well in most parts of it. So they have to rely on water from the water board or from tankers. But recently, the agitation for or the complaint about water scarcity has reduced. Of course, it still comes up once in a while. What are we doing right?
Yeah, you have to understand the main source of water supply to Gombe metropolis is from our Dadinkowa treatment plant. It was constructed almost 17 years ago. That dam was to cater for, that treatment plant was to provide water for about 250,000 population. But you can see now the outburst of population due to migration of citizens from the neighboring state because of this insurgency. The last time when I tried to find out, I was told that the population of Gombe is getting to 1 million or over 1 million.
Yes.
So just like
four of what's the
just like you have a cooking pot, which feeds the husband and wife, and that cooking pot has not enlarged or anything. You have not changed it. Now you have children, and you still want to use this as a same cooking pot to provide food for the whole family. You know, it's not going to be possible. However, with the coming of the executive governor of Gombe State, Mahmoud Inu Gombe in 2019, a contract was signed to upgrade and rehabilitate the regional water in Gombe. And what I mean by that? That means the water will come from a different source, not from that Inkowa treatment plant. That contract is ongoing, and by middle of this year, it will be concluded. We went around and the contract is almost 90% completed because all the structures and the boreholes and the submersible pump, which are hybrid, are already in place. The only thing that right now the contractor is waiting to fix is the solar panels that will power it. When that is done, solar
renewable energy all the way.
What?
Renewable energy
all the way, because that's the only direction should go. Because even now, as I'm telling you, the treatment plant in Dadinkowa is consuming a lot of electricity because it's at a lower elevation than the town. So you need electricity to pump the water. So that is the challenge we have. So because of that, we have to really see how can we not be at the mercy of electricity. And a decision was made, okay, we can go hybrid. Electricity will still be there for backup, but the main source is the solar panels. So when that is done, neighborhood like the Tumfure, Shonga housing estate, some part of GRA, that scheme will be able to provide water. We didn't even stop there. In our 2024 show wash plan, we are going to revive the Maling Inner water scheme, which is the main source of water for Gombe before the construction of the Dadinkowa. But what happened was that people built houses on the pipes and stuff like that.
Okay.
But right now, definitely another new work has to be done there. There's water there.
Okay.
If you don't explore additional new water sources, it will not, because what is coming from that Inkowa is not sufficient to go around. Right now, it's rationing that is taking place. You give this neighborhood today, tomorrow, like that, before it comes back to you. So we need to explore additional water sources. We need to revive them. They are there. The past government have neglected it, but luckily for us, the present administration, because of his ambition to ensure that there is enough drinking water for the population of Gombe State, is trying to revive all those water sources. So when that is done, I will not say everybody will get water 100%, but to a large extent, I can boost over about 70 to 80% population that will have potable drinking water.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what's the plan for, you already said that the portable, the hybrid system will cater for the suburbs, Tonfre, Shango, and all those areas. So are we saying that to a large extent, like how long would this take? Would it be in the next 1 year or 2 years?
Yeah, it's in the 2024 show wash plan.
So are you saying that these projects will be ready for the end of the year?
It will start. That is our belief. It should be ready before the end of the year. We want to cover two local governments,
okay,
Kwame and Duku,
okay,
comprehensively. As in, we want to provide water for the whole local governments. And next year we'll move to another 2 until we'll cover the whole 11 local governments.
Local governments.
Because we want to move away from making those small boreholes, which after some couple of months or a year it will spoil. So all these local governments you are seeing have their original water sources, which were providing waters for them in the past. However, they've been neglected, they've been abandoned. So we need to revive all of them. That is what we're trying to do. When we move to every local government, there's a water source that was there in the past that was supplying water. But one way or the other, because of minor repairs, they've allowed it to decay, but now it has to be revived. And what I can assure you is that we're going to be using hybrid because the high cost of electricity, even if you put a normal borehole, to power it is a problem because, and you know, the way diesel has gone right now.
Yes.
I don't think even, and most of these things we want the communities to own up.
To own them.
And if you own them to them, and if you don't provide solar power, I don't know how you want them to manage it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner Saidu Mohamed Fawo, for granting us this interview. It's such a pleasure speaking with you. The vision of Governor Nwayaya and the way you're implementing it in your ministry is so refreshing. And knowing that we are one of the shining bright lights of Gombe who came on board just a few months ago, even, right? And you've performed so well. Thank you so much for the sacrifice and for your labor for the people of Gombe State.
Thank you.
That's it on Gombe's transformative journey on this week. Do join us again next week for another interesting episode. But before then, you can watch this episode and other episodes on our social media platforms. I am Lanre Adeyemi.